Good afternoon and welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal. E566, a 1961D Wells Fargo of San Francisco, American Trust Company. How is everybody doing today? Wait for a couple of people to get in here and we will bust this roll open. Hoping Dan has a quick recovery. I hear he is in the hospital, possible minor stroke. All right, looks like we've got a couple people coming in slowly. I'm going to start picking this open. This has got some tape or something on it. Oh, it showed we had 3 people in it and then they'd gone. Lots to find as far as RPMs go for 1961D. Are a couple of minor double die obverses. No double die reverses that I know of. There might be a couple of minor ones on the Wexler files. All right, we have got the coins freed up, and we will get our first coin under the scope. See what we get. Nice coin. Well, nice so far. My eye is pretty much better. A little blurry still. Frank, welcome. But besides that, doing well. Have my reveals scheduled. They are tentative and can change, but they probably won't. Most will stay the same. Here's the ender. Coin 2, Taco John. And there is an RPM, our first RPM of the roll. Let's see. It's a D over D East. A little later die state. You can see the back or spine vertical. And then right there. So we will see. That should be in the first little bit. That is 1mm21, I believe. Let's see. Looks even later. Let me get this out here. Tell you, it is nice to be able to see good again, that's for sure. That looks like us right here. See if we got a die crack. We have one there. Yes, that is 1mm21. Get my pen here. Hope this one works. So our first RPM in the roll. Richard Sappington. I don't think so, Richard. I mean, ultimately, you never know until you open it up, but these all look to be uncirculated. So I would venture to say all of them will be 61Ds. How is everybody's weekend, or how is their week going, I guess? I've kind of been out of touch the last few days, had an eye infection. Coin number 4, frostbite. Red 09, non-VDB for a good price. Yeah, and you know those earlier reds, 09 is one of the earlier, or the easier dates to get in red. Because a lot of people kept them. But they're beauts. They're beautiful. Touch of rain last night. We need some real rain here. We haven't gotten much of anything for rain. Little die chip on the left base. Big die chip on the right cornice. Even red brown's tough to get. There's a lot of dates that just uncirculated period is hard to get. There's another one of our 1mm21 for Kurt. Should have a little die crack right there. You can barely see it on this one. I is actually doing much better. When I was doing the reveal show the other night, I was having a difficult time because I was doing it with one eye because my eye was out of focus. It's pretty much all in focus now, and it doesn't hurt anymore. It's pretty much better. I was going to do 2 reveals today, but that was the exact reason why I decided not to. All right, Richard. Urka. How are you? Oh, what one was this? Hold on, I threw a variety back. There it is. We are finding RPM 21 in the roll. Found 2 so far. Spelt and sweet potatoes. Not bad. Lots of fiber in that. I like spelt flour. I used to make pizza and bread, spelt bread. And another 1mm 21 or RPM 21. A little toner on this one. A little bit of, looks to be, nah, it's just a little streak of something. Spelt, it's green, Frank. I'd bake it in, well, of course, Florida, it's very rarely winter. Hopefully our winter's over with. But man, it was a pretty tough winter here. Lots of vegetation died back. I've got a lot to clean up. They tell you not to touch it for a month or so because it might not be dead. But some of it sure looks dead. They said if it's all gushy and soft to go ahead and take it out. But none of mine is. It's just brown. So it might come back. Hey, what you should. I like food channels. I used to cook a lot more than I cook now. I don't know why I don't cook as much. A 1970 penny with a lamination all the way across the face of the coin. Excellent. Coin 14 for Mark. And Mark gets an RPM number 21. Elk and deer meat, all-time favorite. I like deer. I like elk too. For sure. It's one of the few things I kind of miss about living in Michigan is they had great hunting. But at my age, I probably wouldn't have been real effective at a hunter anyways. I can't sit for a long time. Can't carry anything anymore. So, unless I was out there with people to do the hard work, which nobody wants to do the junk work. Everybody wants to do... everybody wants to shoot them. Nobody wants to clean them and carry them. Pronghorn. I went pronghorn hunting. Never bison, but when I went mule deer, elk, and pronghorn. I didn't get to shoot any of the pronghorns. I never didn't get picked for the licenses. Did get mule deer though. I like that. A friend of mine got elk and pronghorn. Stacy Kaiser. Did you send an email to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com? If so, I will send a message to Chuck and ask him, and the next time we see you, we'll put you in blue. That is how we turn blue. That's to know that you are registered. Carl gets an RPM. Yes, with the PayPal info. All right. I will ask him, and well, here, let me see. He might have done it already. Let me look. I can look at the sheet. I just can't add anything to the sheet. All right, let's see if he's added anything. He has, but he hasn't added you yet. Let's see. What was your name? Stacy. Yep, not yet. I will make sure to send him a message so we can update it. Friday, I will have a 63D and a 69D roll going. And another RPM 21. So there's quite a few of them in this roll. This one for Frostbite. We'll do a recap so everybody knows if they got one or not. Next coin for Sissy. Want everybody to send a prayer or a good thought to Dan. The last I heard, he's sitting in the emergency room, possible minor stroke again. Poor guy's had enough health problems for the year. And another RPM. So there's tons of them. This is Kurt's second one. Next coin for Shinbone. Remind everybody, I do look at these coins a second time, and if I miss anything, I pull it out. I rarely do miss anything. Oh yeah, oh yeah. He definitely has had some bad luck as it comes to health problems this year. And another one. Farm Dog gets an RPM 21. Coin 25 for Carl. And Carl gets another one. That's his second. Kid of mine, welcome to the show. It is good to see ya. And we got a different one here, so let's look. See what RPM that could be. Otis, welcome. This one, I will go all the way to the back of the listings and start from there. It's about even with the bottom. That's awful close, but I think that's not right. That's too far north. So far, nothing that conclusively matches. is too far south. Well, I don't see one. Let me look at the Wexlers here real quick. Nothing conclusive. It is close to a couple, but it needs more than I can give it as far as concentration right now. Have to do an overlay and other stuff like that. That's close right there too. WRPM 103. Can't conclusively say that's a yes. So nothing I can put a finger on. You are a sheriff now. Oh, you got a badge. What's that badges? What are the badges? What does that mean? Doesn't say. I'm not sure what that means. I don't understand either. So Mickey gets an RPM. Not sure which one it is. Southern Coin Hunter. How are you? There is an RPM 21. Lots of those in the roll. Remind everybody that Friday I will be doing 2 reveals. Do I have any old, crusty, ancient coins? I don't think I do. I used to have a big bag of them. It was a project that me and my son did a while back where you stuck these big crusted like blobs in olive oil or mineral oil to soak, and they'd take months. And there was silver and copper. I never got any gold coins out of them. But there was some neat coins. New $2.50 coin being released. I didn't hear that. I do know that I have seen a lot of hoopla about people finding quarters and dimes. Kevin Hawthorne, welcome to the show. And I haven't heard of any nickels being found yet, but I've heard of dimes and quarters. They will run for 5 years. Are they going to be circulating coins, Frank? Or are they going to be commemoratives? Or gotta let a little dog through the door. I think this is the big little dog. I can tell by her cry. Come in, hurry up. You know, it's hard being you, isn't it? No, you lay down and be a good girl. Good morning, Robert Bruce. How are you? commemorative. All right, so it'll be a, heck, it's going to cost so much money at the mint. Not to be negative, but they have made it almost unaffordable to buy anything. Oh, I don't consider Indian heads ancient, or Urka. But we did have fun with those ancient Roman coins. You used to be able to buy like big chunks of them on eBay, and most of them were like widow's mites and stuff like that. And they were in terrible shape when you did get them, all the crust cleaned off of them. I don't know if they sell them. They use, like I say, they used to sell the big clumps of stuff, and it literally takes years for the oil to break down the calcium that is surrounding the coins. Something tells me that they made it illegal to sell those, even though they were considered junk. There was some law on ancient coins that unless they were taken out of the ground before a certain date, there was some regulation that they couldn't sell them. But I'm not certain about that. I'm surprised that we haven't heard them talk about taking the nickel out yet. Being now that they're talking near 18 cents to make a nickel, all the money they saved by getting rid of the penny is probably going to be tenfold into making more nickels for circulation. Of course, nickels last a long time, but people will end up hoarding nickels. It's just the way it goes. Yeah, these were all in clumps here. I mean, it was, you bought like by the weight. You'd buy like 4 ounces for $10. And I think we got like 6 coins, 2 little pieces of silver, and the rest were like widow's mites. But most of them were just not even worth saving. That's probably, that could happen too. Is they could make some sort of zinc nickel, or even a clad nickel. I mean, they make money on dimes, quarters, and half dollars. Nickel might not be enough to make money on. Nice little die crack. I haven't seen this. What's that right there? Is that a struck through, or is that a lamination? A little struck through. Nice. But most definitely, it's a possibility. Oh, is this the one with the little chip? It is. Oh, nice. Nice, Robert. It's neat to find the Lewis and Clark nickels. You got Buffalo, Ocean View, Lewis and Clark, and then there's one other one. Don't remember it right offhand. Coin 42 for Dan. The RPM's kind of dried up in the roll. Yeah, you're not wrong, Eric. I always have doubts whenever anything happens. And it's not a political party thing. I feel that they're both as guilty and as bad as the other. Coin 44, Eric Beyer. Ah, there you got one, Eric. RPM 21. That's a dandy one, too. D over D East. You are. This is the last one from 2 weeks ago. It was supposed to be done Monday, but I ended up getting pink eye. So I never did it. Yeah, today is the first day that it's my blurry vision in the one eye is pretty much gone. The other day when I was doing, I was having a hard time filling the sheet out Monday when I sold them for next 2 weeks. So yeah, this is the last one that you're in. Chuck still got a couple that you're in on his. He should be getting on and doing some of those here eventually. I know we had a server crash that he was dealing with. And that kind of has been dominating his time. I do know that there's something new going on with the server, and there will be a offline time again. But I think he's going to know when that is and is going to tell everybody. And our email is now working again. So you can send me emails at eric@coppercoins.com. I may not be able to send you an email, but you can send me an email. Comcast rejects all the emails that I try to send. All right, final coin in the roll, then we'll do a quick recap. Pardon me. All right, the RPM 21s in the roll go to Taco John, Kurt, DC, Mark, Carl, Frostbite, Kurt, Farm Dog, Carl, Carrie, and Eric Beyer. And they are coins 2, 6, 9, 14, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 27, and 44. Hope to see everybody on Friday for, let's see, I think it's this roll. Yes. Nope. This roll. And this roll, and that will be out of it's in a Meg Rig tube, so I've got to heat it up to get it out. But I hope to see everybody on Friday, and if I don't, I'll see everybody in the neighborhood. We'll talk to you later.